Hello team, it's Owen Does F1 and I'm back with another race review. It's been a while this time and this one is quite late. This one's going to be for the Spanish Grand Prix, but I'm getting back into the groove of it. There won't be a standard race review for Monaco because, as some of you may know, I actually went to that race, so when I have a bit more time to gather everything together, I'll be making a video similar to the Imola video I did about my experience travelling there and how I found being at the track and how the race looked from my perspective. So without further ado, we'll get into my Spanish Grand Prix review. Mercedes brought some upgrades, Aston Martin seemed to go backwards, and the race wasn't actually that interesting in the end. But let's get into it. First up, we had qualifying, and we saw an interesting grid because we saw a really good lap from Lando to put him into third, and we saw poor performances from George and Checo, putting them in 11th and 12th. Leclerc qualifies at 18th or 19th, and it was starting from the pit lane. I'm not too sure what happened with him. He was talking about issues, but I never saw anywhere after the race if that was confirmed or not. Before the penalties, we saw 6 different teams qualifying in the top 6, and then Pierre Gasly's penalty dropping him down to 10th actually meant we saw 7 different teams starting in the top 7, which set up very nicely for the race. So in the race, right at the start, turn 1, we saw a bit of controversy with George. I've watched it back a few times. I personally don't think he did anything wrong, although maybe I'm a bit biased. But all of the cars that he overtook, he was actually already ahead of when he had to go off the track. And when he did go off the track, he did what he was supposed to do. He went round the bollard and he rejoined. So as far as I can tell, he didn't do anything wrong. Then we saw, by the end of the race, it was a really well managed race from Max cruising to victory, whilst Perez only finished 4th. I thought he should have done better. If Verstappen was starting in 11th, nobody would be questioning it. You'd still expect him to breeze past everyone and go on to win by 20 seconds. So I think Perez should have done better from where he was starting. I thought Yuki's penalty, was unlucky. I don't think he should have got a penalty, and that would have put him in 9th or 10th. So really unfortunate for him. He's just missed out on points so many times this season. I watched the P1 guys, Matt and Tommy. They did a video of what would happen if you changed the point system to allow points down to 15th. And there wasn't really many real changes other than Yuki jumping from about 16th to 11th. He's been so consistent in finishing just outside the points in the current format. Then we saw Mercedes had a really good race. They looked really quick. I remember this time last year in Spain, they had a similar experience where they looked like they could win the race. So I'm not getting my hopes up yet. I'll have to wait until Canada this weekend to see where they really are. But with their new car, it's looking good for them, and I'm sure they'll be very happy. So next up, here are my driver ratings. I'll put them on the screen now. And most of it should line up with what I've just said. I put Lando in the NA section because I've watched that incident back a few times and I'm really not sure whether he should have done more to avoid it or whether it was just an unavoidable incident. Just an incident. But so yeah, I put him in the NA. But let me know if there's any others that you disagree with and drivers who you think should be somewhere else. Okay, that is all from me. Hope you enjoyed watching. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, comment, follow the TikTok, all of that, and see you in my Canada race review next week. Have a good day.